Yo, what up guys, it's Juan on JB Reviews. Today I have the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic Edition. Alright, so first thing is first, the Galaxy Watch 4 is going to be the third iteration of the mainstream Galaxy Watch variant. You did have the Galaxy Watch Actives by Samsung, but those are going to be more inclined to strictly sport-related activities, while this one does basically fill that same gap. It is also going to look more like your traditional watch, so it kind of does a little bit of both. Since it is going to be the third iteration of the main line of watches from Samsung, it might be a bit confusing as to why it's called the Galaxy Watch 4 and not 3, and why the previous model was called the 3 and not the 2. That's because Samsung's marketing is not always the best, in my opinion, but the hardware is always rock solid. Now, this watch by Samsung is going to be their first integration with Wear OS. Wear OS is going to be Google's proprietary smartwatch software. So with this one finally being a cooperation between Samsung and Google, you will be meshing the hardware of Samsung, which is going to be the best, and the software from Google, which in my opinion is the best over iOS. Now, with that being the case, you do finally get the integration of Google Maps on the watch. You will be getting Google Assistant a little bit further down the road. It's not going to be on launch, but it will be coming down the pipeline a little further down the road again. Now, you will also get access to Google Apps through the Google Play Store. I picked up the black model. I think it looks really clean looking, and obviously with that aluminum frame and build that it has on it, it looks really classic in my opinion. Again, with it being a classic looking watch, the watch will be a pretty traditional looking watch in terms of its appeal and look. So if you're someone that's going to be considering this watch for more of a hybrid type of scenario, if you're going to be using it for fitness, it's going to be great for that. And if you're using it in a more professional setting, I think given the build, it looks a little bit better than the Apple Watch. So look-wise, it looks more of like your traditional watch while still having all of the features of a traditional smartwatch. Now, this watch does come with a few different variants in terms of models. You do get the Bluetooth or the LTE version. You do also get a size upgrade between 42mm and 46mm. Now, I personally went with the Bluetooth/LTE variant. The reason I went with that is because I just really enjoy being able to sync up my power beats to the watch and be able to stream Spotify, listen to music, podcasts, all of that while I'm on a run through the park. Whether I'm at the gym, I can leave the gym bag with my phone and stuff in it in the locker or in the car and know that I have full access to Spotify, text messages, phone calls, and pick all that up on the actual power beats. As you might expect, the watch is Wi-Fi compatible as well, so you can connect to the internet through Wi-Fi. Battery life wise, you'll be looking at about 2 days worth of battery life. That's pretty much what I've found. So it's roughly in line with the OG watch. I think that one had a little bit better battery, but given the power boost and just the overall aesthetic look of the Galaxy Watch 4, I'm willing to trade off a few hours of battery for a substantial spec bump and Wear OS on this variant. And as always, you do get that really nice rotating bezel that has been the standout feature for the Galaxy Watch since the original. It is also going to be on the Galaxy Watch 4, so that is most certainly going to be one of its most distinguishable features. The physical rotating bezel on the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, in my opinion, is a lot better and nicer as opposed to the digital bezel that you'll have on the non-classic variant. As it was with the previous models, the Galaxy Watch and the Galaxy Watch 3, this watch is going to be water resistant up to 5 atmospheres. So that basically means it's going to be waterproof up to approximately 150 feet. Now, I don't know about you, but that's going to be plenty for me. I don't plan on really going down 150 feet. I've gone scuba diving before, and the lowest I've gone has been about 35 feet, give or take, depth-wise. So that would have been perfect for that, so definitely take that into consideration. This thing will be fully waterproof if you do want to take it swimming, to track your laps if you get dumped in a pool, or if it just gets wet in any scenario basically. One notable feature that I have noticed that Samsung has incorporated into this watch, well, it's really more of a change that they've done. They've actually swapped the home and back button on this watch as opposed to the Galaxy Watch. So the Galaxy Watch back button used to be on top and then the home button used to be on bottom. I think that's right, because now I'm all messed up in the head because the Galaxy Watch 4 is actually inverted. So the home button is on top and the back is on the bottom. So it actually completely threw me off when I first got the watch. I figured it would be pretty consistent on the home and back button placement, but this one completely reversed the roles of that, so do keep that in mind. Almost forgot the most important thing. That's actually going to be smashing that like button. Now you do obviously get the staple heart rate sensor on the watch, which is going to be fairly accurate. You do also get the ECG sensor on this watch, which Samsung incorporated on the Galaxy Watch 3. It was not on the original, but it comes back for this one. You do also get sleep tracking again, like you had been for the past couple of generations, and of course it does a fairly decent job at tracking your sleep. It gives you your REM sleep, your actual wake time, light sleep, deep sleep, etc. The watch also does come with NFC, so that will obviously enable Google Pay or Samsung Pay. Again, this time around, since you do have Wear OS on your watch, you are going to get access to Google Pay. You are also going to get access to Google Fit, along with Samsung Health. So that's going to basically give you some variability in terms of which app you choose to use in terms of fitness goals. So I think that's a pretty good win. So CPU performance wise, when compared to the Galaxy Watch 3, is going to be about 20% better in terms of just raw performance. So that'll be a nice spec bump. Now, if you're coming from the OG Galaxy Watch like I am, you will see a more significant bump in terms of specs as opposed to if you were coming from the Galaxy Watch 3, which is still noticeable, but I think it's way more noticeable coming from the OG watch because you're talking about 2 gens as opposed to just 1. So this new Galaxy Watch 4 is rocking Samsung's new 5nm WM20 chip. So that's going to be a pretty substantial processor bump. You'll be getting 1.5 gigs of onboard RAM as opposed to, I believe it was 1 on the Galaxy Watch 3, and you'll be getting double the onboard storage because this one has 16 gigabytes. I believe the Watch 3 had 8, if I'm not mistaken. So again, pretty substantial bump. Now, one thing coming from the Galaxy Watch, the OG, to this one is that the wireless charger is actually going to be a bit different. It's also not really compatible with this new one. So if you're using or trying to use your old charger with this new watch, it's not really going to work. The watch itself will say to use the adequate and proper charger for that. So do keep that in mind. The design on the chargers is also going to be different coming from the previous models, so also keep that in mind. Now the watch will also come with Gorilla Glass, so you will be getting a bit better glass quality on that for scratches and nicks. Now, the watch is definitely going to be a lot lighter and a lot thinner compared to the original Galaxy Watch, which is the watch that I'm coming from. So this is going to be a pretty substantial leap in terms of that. I definitely noticed the weight and size difference when running. Just having that watch on the wrist swinging back and forth on the OG Galaxy Watch was pretty noticeable. So the size and weight comparison going from that one to this one, the Galaxy Watch 4, is really noticeable. It's a lot lighter and a lot smaller in my opinion. It's made a pretty big difference in that regard. And of course, depending on what model and variant you get, the price will differ on that. If you get the LTE 46mm version, you will be spending about $350, and if you get one of the cheaper models, whether it be a smaller screen size at 42mm or just strictly Bluetooth, it goes down from there. You can also though trade in other products, which is actually what I did. I traded in my OG Galaxy Watch and got a bit of a discount on that side. So keep that in mind if you are on a budget and looking to shave a few dollars off the price tag of this new watch. I think you're going to love it. Honestly, so far I've been very pleased with the watch. I haven't had any complaints with it, and the spec performance, Wear OS being on the watch, it being lighter and smaller on the wrist has been a significant difference. Honestly, I've been completely content with this watch so far. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, comment down below with any questions or comments that you might have on the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic or the original Galaxy Watch. Aside from that, it's Juan at JB Reviews. I'll catch you next time.